Okay. As you probably can tell, I am quite irate today. Okay, what's happening in our society that I grew up in, feeling like, thank God I was born in America. Thank God my father was a cop. Thank God of all the freedoms and liberties we have here. And look at all these poor people that were just by chance or by God's will born in another country. I have always loved this country. My parents have always taught me to love this country, okay? And the very people who make sure by putting their lives on the line and potentially changing their whole family, that go out there and fight and defend us everywhere around the world to protect those freedoms and liberties that we so cherish. One of the best joins us right now, AnnMarie Halterman. She's a U.S. Air Force veteran, and she's also one of the founders of Uniting Us. It's a veteran heart and healing organization. And AnnMarie, I said this in the break, but first I want to say God bless you, because I always respect those people that actually took the final step to go out and protect the freedoms and liberties that we have. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So now I know, as I mentioned, a good friend of mine, Scott Lebedo, he's a conservative artist. There aren't many conservative artists. And this guy and organizations that I'm part of, and he and others, try every way we can to support veterans and veterans when they come home. You know, and all through the COVID, I was talking about how, you know, no matter what happened, 22 veterans were committing suicide every day, and nobody was talking about that. But the country's going to wear face masks. When people come back, I've learned through different vets that I've had on that they work better in teams of people that are also vets, and that they're still, you know, very core oriented. And many of those people have PTSD and other things that I could never understand. But I know if people can express themselves and there's some rage or anger in them, if they could sit down and paint the picture or draw something or doodle something, it's a way of getting it out. And that's really what you guys are doing, isn't it?
Absolutely, John. You've described it really well. And I think the challenge that we have is not everyone's exposed to art as a kid, like I was not in northern Wisconsin. But Uniting Us does a focus on inspiring, empowering, and uniting. And so it gives people the opportunity. It's this amazing thing that happens when you create art. It gives a person an opportunity to take up an experience that they have and the emotions that they have surrounding that experience and put it together in a way that they may not be able to verbalize in a narrative. And so when they have that narrative, now they can begin to understand just how that experience has shaped them as a person and has maybe changed their perspective some, and be able to share that thought through the art with other people.
Okay, so Uniting Us is a collective, basically, and you have veterans, military family members, and it's bigger than veterans, right? You have people that they didn't make it back to become veterans, and their family members and their spouses and their children, they face depression and suffering and stuff. And you let the family members come down and express themselves and you know, put it on paper or canvas or something.
Yes, sir. And even reaching out to somebody. We had an exhibit in Cape Cod about a month ago, and there was a Gold Star mother who had lost us. That means she had lost a child in war, which was Afghanistan. And she was by herself in that community. We came in, she became part of our community. And it's not always just the veterans and the family members, but the community members that also can be part of what we're doing. There's so many great people that we're able to collaborate with.
I know I've been having a lot of different types of doctors on this show talking about all the collateral effects of the pandemic and how, you know, people staying home, people that just got over some kind of addiction, women that were in abusive relationships. And all of this stuff is exacerbated to another level just by virtue of statistics that veterans who come back from foreign wars and combat and stuff have more issues that stress them out. Do you think that your cause is needed even more now with the COVID, with the pandemic, with, you know, I know a lot of military families have, you know, rocky relationships. Is this needed more now?
It is. And, that when we named the organization, it was because the nucleus of veterans and family members that founded it believed that art can be a way to build bridges and a gateway to a path of engagement of stronger individuals, stronger families and communities. And so it's not limited, and we know this, and it's documented very well. It's not limited. The healing effects and therapeutic effects of art are not limited to veterans, of course, and family members and caregivers. Everybody has had traumatic events or struggle with different issues, and COVID has challenged everyone in so many different ways. So right now is a time where if we just reflect for 1 minute, which you're giving us the opportunity to do, and say, this is something good. This creates wellness and community, and it makes us stronger as a nation. So thank you for the time.
God bless you. Anything you guys are doing, just always reach out to us. I'm happy to spread the word. I had my producer, Nico, make a little lower third there that I'm going to play throughout the end of the show, and it says unitingus.org. So people can visit unitingus.org, yes. And then when they go there, there'll be a link to the Washington, D.C.'s Hill Center at the Old Naval Hospital, where they're hosting a virtual gallery of uniting U.S. artists, veterans, families, many of these people from New York, New Jersey, Washington, Florida, Wisconsin, and Colorado. So the movement is growing. You got a bunch of states happening. Hopefully it'll be more. It runs through December 31st, so it's till the end of the year. But due to the pandemic, the Hill Center is closed. So if you could, go to the site, unitingus.org. When you go there, click on the Hill Center at the Old Naval Hospital. Check out the virtual gallery. These are artworks made by veterans, families of deceased veterans, and members of their community. And I know, AnnMarie, that some of the doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists that have come on, they say that the collateral is like even the friends of the friends, someone who has an issue, it's kind of spreading through our community. And it feels like PTSD issues and psychological issues that seem to exist more in your fellow brethren and sisters, they need all the help you can get. So do you guys get money from these galleries that you use to expand the reach and bring more people into the program? Do you get grants? How can people help you guys?
That's a perfect question. We have been self-funded to date by the nucleus of veterans that have put this together because we believe so heavily in it, and we're 100% volunteer. And the artwork, when a piece of artwork sells, the veteran gets 100% of the money. Uniting Us doesn't take any money, but actually the partnership with the Hill Center, they're a nonprofit that does great things in the DC community. And so they will get some of the proceeds, but all the rest of the proceeds and the majority of the proceeds go to the veteran artist or family member. And we provide inspiration for people. We give them materials and supplies so that they can make art and have a community to make that art, both online and in person. And then the ability to exhibit and share their stories and possibly sell their art. So if you're a person that feels like you're struggling with having a positive attitude, or you have a family member that was in the military, maybe passed or something like that, you can go to unitingus.org and you can read the stories that go with the art. And you can see that theme as well as the theme. Our artists have lived in every U.S. state and more than 50 countries worldwide.
Wow. Well, that's amazing. It brings a new depth and perspective on, you think about art, you don't think about war and death. So it's really kind of opposite sides of the spectrum. But sometimes, you got to go 360 to complete the circle. And it seems like hopefully that's one more missing link that helps as many veterans as possible. I want to encourage you, my audience, to check out unitingus.org. Go down and click the link for the Hill Center at the Old Naval Hospital. I'll keep spreading the good word for you guys. And just in the last minute, I was watching this piece on new treatments for PTSD, and I saw there's a movement underway to approve magical mushrooms in medicinal doses, and it's showing to have significant effects in stabilizing PTSD. So it seems like the government is broadening their scope to try to help in every way possible. But thank goodness for that. You guys and girls and men, women, and other deserve everything you can get. God bless you.
So does everyone that we went to war for representing. So thank you so much, John. I look forward to talking to you again soon.
My pleasure. We'll check back with AnnMarie Halterman soon, U.S. Air Force veteran, one of the founders of Uniting Us Veteran Art and Healing Collective. That is a woman that the women with the D's wish they could be like.